Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, February 9th, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I do it my way. And I think this is something that many parts of the astro can get on board with. So first things first, we have this moon continuing through Aries. So yesterday's message definitely still stands. But we add another 29 degree on to the mix of things. We have Mercury today reaching 29 degrees. So Mercury has been hanging out in Aquarius, preparing to move into Pisces, which Pisces is the sign where Mercury will go into its first retrograde of 2019. We'll get into that later. Today it reaches that 29 degree for us to play with. And it should be no surprise that in the cards today I have the Master card because we have Uranus at 29 degrees. We now will have Mercury at 29 degrees. We have Chiron at 29 degrees. And then we also have Pallas in Libra hanging out at that 29th degree. So we are being pushed to mastery. And it should also be no surprise that my energy mantra today comes along with the Frank Sinatra song, I Did It My Way. I do it my way. The thing that really influenced this in the energy was actually a connection, a conjunction with Lilith and Vesta. Vesta represents our divine flame. It represents, the divine flame. It represents that soul energy that is within us that wants to be exercised, that wants to be utilized. And with Lilith on top of Vesta in Pisces, Lilith is the part of ourselves that does connect to our soul, that can go beyond socialization, can go beyond conditioning and be like, hey, there's something else, there's something more for you. So Lilith is fanning the flames of our divinity today and helping us with some breakthrough. It's interesting because it is actually at 4 degrees in Pisces, and 4 degrees is that degree of that breakthrough energy, of that personal revolution. So you may feel those fires in there. And when I say I do it my way, it's not I'm doing it my own egoic way. It's I'm doing it my way, as in my soul, deepest soul calling way. So we have that going on, but it really fits with these other 29 degree elements, energies, because all of these elements, all of these energies are calling us to personal soul mastery on one level or another. Chiron is helping clear the cobwebs, clear the karmic cobwebs. I love that. Yes. Okay, so Chiron, clearing those karmic cobwebs, releasing us from that old stuff that we carry. I was talking to a friend today, and we were just talking about, like, carrying past life muck with us and how, it comes up, but we do need to let it go so we can fully embrace this lifetime, this soul path. Uranus in Aries is helping clear away the muck of socialization, this morality card that I have, those things, the shoulds that have come upon us that keep us from embracing our truest self. It's funny because I have the consciousness card in reverse, and that's really what socialization or society can really do. It causes this conditioning. It places those shoulds on us that we obey because we should, and we forget these parts of ourselves. But those parts of ourselves, they don't forget, and they're still like, hello, I'm here. So that's helping, clear that away. Meanwhile, that's opposite the Pallas energy still, 29 degree Pallas energy in Libra, which is helping clear away the, I can't even think of the word right now. My brain is like so, patriarchal. Patriarchal socialization. Again, we each have those parts on ourselves that have kept us balanced in society, but we're making these little breakthroughs minute by minute, moment by moment. And so this is really definitely a weekend for this, to do it our soul way. And then Mercury joins the crew today. Mercury in Aquarius may bring you at that 29 degree aha moments for breaking through, for understanding, for seeing what it is that you've been doing that's been keeping you stuck in whatever pattern, whatever placement that you've been in. Mercury at 29 degrees today is actually going to connect with Uranus at 29 degrees. Mercury and Uranus, whenever they connect, is definitely very light bulb inducing, but especially in this fire air complement. You know, Mercury in Aquarius rules the sign of, or Uranus rules the sign of Aquarius. So there has this really strong energy, bringing through very strong elements of your inner genius and inner understanding, breaking through lack of consciousness into personal mastery, breaking through walls of shoulds that you have carried. Now, I do want to mention, I have the slow down card, and this is really important. Anytime Mercury and Uranus come together, it can definitely shock us. Imagine me putting my hand on one of those coils right now that makes your hair stand up on end. It can definitely do that to the nervous system. It can almost be too much. So your body's going to go into one of two ways, or maybe even both at the same time, because it is possible to do both at the same time. It might be, you're like, I can't settle down. I need to ground in. Or it may completely knock you out. Or you may be wired and tired at the same time. Take heed, listen to your body, ground in. These energies are very electrically strong. Even if you take a rest, you will still get the ahas coming through. In fact, they may be more able to come through and break through any thinking conditioning that you've got going on. So just be very aware of that, but take that time to ground in. Moon in Aries, like I said, continuing through, the square the Moon in Aries is making today is with Saturn, and this really fits with the rest of the astro. We have the Moon in Aries, which is like, I am powerful, I am going for it. And Saturn's like, you have work to do. Now, there's two ways this could fall. Moon in Aries could fall into the old conditioning and be like, I'm going to do all of these things because I should. And Saturn's going to be like, hey, you've got soul work to do. Or Aries is going to be like, ooh, I'm going to listen to this juicy part of myself and take action in ways that I know feel good to my soul. And Saturn's going to be like, but society has these expectations on you. One way or another, you may feel that resistance. If you feel that resistance in either way, address that place which is not true to your soul, because you will have that breakthrough there. Find your balance in it. In one way or another, we're facing those parts of ourselves that hold us back at this time, so it is a major time. Again, it doesn't also going to happen all at once. Like, it's not going to, unfortunately, I wish that it always felt this way. These tiny victories, these tiny breakthroughs, often feel more like this, in fact, moving at turtle speed. But just be aware of that. But there is, I feel like, some old consciousness, some old thinking, old lack of consciousness, I would say, rather. Some unconsciousness that we will stumble upon in our field today and be able to clear. So that's really great. The final aspect of the day is the Moon in Aries connecting to Jupiter. So in whatever happens, whatever you stumble upon in these energies, reach for the good, because this is a good thing. There is breakthrough happening. You are learning to do it the soul way in this. Reach for the good in that. Nurture the good. Know your worth. Know the worth in the work that you're doing, because we're doing this work not just for ourselves, but for other people. You know, the more we step into our consciousness, the more it can support others. So like I said, yesterday's astro can still stand. Aries can still ignite the ire within. We still have Mars moving towards Uranus, which can, blow the top off of something suddenly. So be aware of that, but we are being called into our personal mastery with this work. So that is it for today. You can always book a reading, 15-minute check-in with Joe and I. That is $30. If you would like just a few questions answered, quick check-in. Other readings are also available. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com for that. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There is enough love in the world for you, and you have the power. Namaste.